The Honourable Parliamentary Secretary.
Thank you, Mr Deputy President. I move item number 555 outside the order of precedence be considered in short form format.
The question is the motion of the Parliamentary Secretary. All those in favour, please say aye.
Aye.
Those contrary, no. I think the ayes have it. The ayes have it. Parliamentary Secretary.
Thank you, Mr Deputy President. I move private members' business standing in my name. Sorry, private members' business item number 555 outside the order of precedence standing in my name.
Go for it.
Thank you. Mr Deputy President, there is no doubt that the COVID-19 pandemic has had a dramatic effect on the hospitality, tourism and entertainment industries across Australia. I felt it important to bring this motion to recognise this particular industry and this essential component of our nighttime economy
Just before we go on, could I just remind the Honourable Walt Secord that he's on 2 calls.
Oh, I'd love nothing more.
I'll be that late.
Up to you. That's an incentive.
Yeah, might be. The member
Thank you, Mr Deputy President, but I would love nothing more. I just reflect on, I have a speech here which I'll get to, but I reflect on pre-COVID, the things that we took for granted. And during the COVID pandemic, there were some interesting memes and things around, and I reflected on one in particular. And it was from presumably a bloke who said, "I'd give anything right now to be queuing up in a long queue at a musical festival for a warm beer that is overpriced in a plastic cup." And I kind of got what he meant. Little did we know. But the motion I bring before the House I commend to honourable members because it is something this House and its Joint Select Committee, which I was privileged to chair, into the nighttime economy. We looked at these issues closely, not knowing what lay ahead of us. And it behoves us to now, in this critical time, look at this critical industry and what we can do for it. And the New South Wales Government is more committed to this industry than ever, to reinvigorate the sector, to create jobs and to recognise and assist a vibrant, safe and diverse 24-hour economy. Sydney-siders deserve a 24-hour city. Sydney, and I'll say it again, I've said it before and I got in trouble last time and I'm happy to get in trouble again. Sydney is Australia's only truly global city. Melbourne doesn't have it. When this pandemic has passed, it will once again be the only international gateway to Australia. It is home to our most famous landmarks. Melbourne doesn't have an opera house, it doesn't have a harbour bridge and it doesn't have the Blue Mountains. People come to Sydney to see these things. We host high-profile global events. The New Year's Eve fireworks are the first or among the first in the world and people tune in all over the world to see us celebrate first. The Mardi Gras. We will host World Pride in 2023, the world's premier LGBTQI Pride event. And just last week, Mr Deputy President, the New South Wales Government announced the Great Southern Nights music event that will bring over 1,000 gigs to live music venues across the state, activating the nighttime economy and giving the sector a much-needed boost. And we know that Sydney-siders are uniquely global in their connections and their outlook. We are the most multicultural city in Australia. We are connected to the global 24/7 economy. We are ranked 4th most competitive city in Asia for global talent and 11th in the world. And Sydney-siders want a city that provides us with amenity, entertainment and community whenever we need it, whatever time we want to go and enjoy it. And we believe in enhancing choice, opportunity and livability for our growing population. Mr Deputy President, it was my absolute privilege to chair and to work alongside my colleagues in this House and the other place to bring progress in this area and build a 24-hour economy. And I was delighted that on such a difficult task, which it was at the outset, that we managed to find our way through and diligently do research in King's Cross with the Honourable Mark Latham and the Honourable John Graham. We were committed to the task. Honourable Kate Fairman and the Honourable Ben Franklin and our friends in the other place. We stepped up to the task and we ensured that we provided a very thorough report, thoroughly researched report. I don't want to know. The government supported the key recommendations, I'm pleased to say, of the parliamentary inquiry and committed to taking concrete steps in response to our inquiry's findings. And they began on the 14th of January 2020 when the lockout laws were repealed in the CBD and Oxford Station. It was an important first step in the road to a 24-hour city, and we hope it sends a clear signal to the industry and to the community that we are here for them. The next step is the release of an exposure bill that the new measures will be available to strike the right economy. I commend the motion to the House.